got no talent. You suck. You got man booties. You get down on your hands and knees and you let other guys milk them.
We're going to start this episode out with a little clip here I got for you. Check this guy out.
I close car deals. I close them and gross them. Gouge the freaking eyeballs out of every customer. But you're not doing that. You know why? You got no talent. You suck. You got man booties. You get down on your hands and knees and you let other guys milk them. Milk them like a cow. That's who you are. You were raised soft. You were raised super soft. You were raised to be a your whole life.
Right? I've dealt with guys like this. I've dealt with all types of guys. Could you imagine if a top car salesman like me, you walk into the lot and I come up to you and I say, I want to rip your throat out. I want to eat your children. Get on your hands and knees so I can milk you like a cow. Could you even imagine even having somewhat of an attitude like that? Could you even imagine what that could do to your customer base? That you would shut down a dealership in a week. And listen, I've actually this guy seems unhinged, right? I've actually dealt with guys like this. Okay? I have in the field. They're charlatans, con artists. This guy seems like he's off his rocker. He's like he wouldn't make it into like a regional dealership that, you know, had a huge name, but he might make it in some back alley car sales lots. They'll let anybody in, trust me, anybody. So they're kind of like, they go from one to another with their BS. They always do the same thing. They'll walk into the manager's office or the owner's office and they'll tell them, I'll be your number one car salesman. And the owner will always give somebody a chance. If you're in a small business like that on the outskirts of town, it don't matter what you say, you'll get a chance to sell. Okay, trust me. They'll give you a chance to sell. So when I'm working there and I'll be the number one salesman, they're always trying to talk crazy to me and come after my job. Right? If I went up to customers and acted like that, I can't even fathom it. I can't even fathom the idea. Listen, there's pressure sales, and that's just ludicrous right there. And in a pressure sale, you're not even really, it's not as much that you're down, you shouldn't even be down the customer's neck at all. You're making the customer go down their own neck, okay? You don't get in the customer's face. Tell them you want to choke them. I'm going to put you in that car today. That stuff don't work. Well, I got another couple clips of this guy. I got one right here for you because I know you're probably laughing your ass off about this right now. So I got another one for you. I didn't want to disappoint you because no, this guy is not kidding. Here you go. Here's another one of his clips.
I close car deals. That's what I do. I close them and get violent with customers. We get violent with customers. We start gouging their eyeballs out. We start ripping their throats out of their head. We don't like your customers and you don't like this. Oh, if you're a little powder puff salesperson, you little powder puff, can't handle car sucker talking like this. Oh, well, hey, I really take good care of my customers.
Boy, oh boy, this guy is sick. He really is, isn't he, folks? He's got serious problems, and he's not joking around. He isn't. Trust me, I looked into him. He's been doing this for 10 years, and he's only been involved. So he might have actually had a job at one time in car sales, and as a car salesman and gone completely off the rails. But look, this isn't far from the truth. If you're going to be in car sales, you're going to deal with characters, and they're tough, man. I've dealt with some characters. I could go into this for hours. Every day, almost, somebody's going to come knocking on the door, a salesman that's the best in the world, and he wants a job, and there's nothing you're going to be able to tell your manager or owner that's going to stop them from giving these people a chance. Stay out of their way. Don't let them get in your way. And they'll find their way back out the door they came in from because they're all con artists. I've seen it 100 times. Listen, nobody's ever taken my job. There's no need to get offended when you hear them in the office screaming, oh, I'm the best. I'm going to outsell your best salesman, blah, 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 blah. The only thing that sucks about it is when they start treating customers bad and I got to just look the other way, but I just do my own thing and that's what you got to do. They want you to get involved with them. and get into huge wars in the office and have, pick sides. And because the whole idea of these charlatans is it doesn't mean they're not bad salesmen. Some of them are pretty good salesmen. Their personalities are so raunchy and verbose that nobody can deal with them, and eventually they get forced out. So your best idea I can give you is just stay out of their way and let them. It's like a storm; it doesn't last long, and they blow away. They come and go, come and go. If you're going to be in sales, you're going to deal with crazy people like this all the time. Want to be the number one salesman? It's about treating the customers very well, where they treat you like family. I get on a name-to-name basis with them. I know their children. I get down low. That number one trick, the only really good trick I learned from a crazy salesman was to get low. When people see you get low and shake hands with their child and stuff, it puts you on that level where they feel like you're not threatening and you're like a family member. You want to be like a family member so that they continue to buy from you. Whenever they have a problem, even after the purchase of sale, I always treat them like family. I even try to get them really good deals on oil changes and anything I can do for them because their family's going to buy from me. This isn't 1990, okay? Where all the movies came out like Wall Street and it's closer, closer, closer. Closing is no more than not talking your customer out of the sale. A customer is going to talk themselves into almost any sale. Getting in their face and telling them you're going to milk them like a cow, or you want to rip their throat out, or you're just crazy-eyed, is just going to drive them away. And also, even if you are that type of salesman and you make a sale, you're going to have a ton of comebacks, if not lawsuits in this day and age. It doesn't work like that. Trust me. These closers keep saying they never come back, the customer never comes back. 90% of my customers always came back to me and bought their vehicle from me. They might come back and say that they found a price that was more reasonable somewhere else and wondering if I could match it. And of course I'm going to find a way to match that price. Of course, even if it comes out of my sales. There was times I sold vehicles that I didn't even make anything because you know what? It was more important. It was just more important to get that customer a part of my family. And next thing you know, a week later, and this is no BS, grandpa comes in to get his car trade in. Daughters grow up and are going into high school and need cars. Next thing you know, a little gesture on my part, giving a little and making sure that I get a sale and I make somebody part of my sales family, it all reaps rewards. You never act like this guy, okay? Never. But anyways, for instance, where I'm going with this is one time, this lunatic came in and he was a big time. He wasn't a bad salesman. Honestly, he wasn't that bad. He was a high pressure tactics guy, like not quite as crazy as this guy. He was macho man. I had the biggest office. He wanted to argue about offices and everything. I'm not even kidding you. He wanted my office and all this nonsense, and I didn't even argue with him. I didn't even argue with the boss. I didn't even care. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even care. I'm not even in my office. I rarely even went in my office. I'm going to be honest with you. I was out. When you're a good car salesman, you walk I would walk 5 miles a day around the cars, making sure everything was how I liked it. I wasn't even in my office. Christ, there was cobwebs everywhere. Once in a while, I'd clean it and I used it for like financing and stuff like that. So I'd end up in it. But the last place I wanted to be throughout the day was in my office. So I'd be walking around. It's just like a damn glorified cubicle anyway. So I just wanted to be outside with my cars. Plus, I was a cigarette smoker. So, I did my thing. I was always out with the cars so I could always get on customers when they walked in. Real nice. And I was always making sure that there was going to be no pressure. I'm just here to take care of you. I'm not a salesman like that. There's not going to be any crazy pressure. I'm not here to pressure you or anything. I'm only here to answer your questions. I'm here to meet you as a person. Hi, what's the little one's name? Get to know you. Here's my card. Any questions? I'm always in the lot. I love what I do. The vehicles I sell themselves. There's no need for me to, that was always a big way to sell. The vehicles here sell themselves. There's no need for us to have any high pressures on you, any crazy type of sale. But with the whole time I am pressuring them. They don't even know it, right? Because I'm on them like glue, right? Telling them that there's no pressure. But I'm still on them like glue. I'm holding on to them like glue instantly. making them feel like they want to be a part of my life and I want to be a part of their life. And I can tell right away if I got to back off or stay near or back off and give them space. It's simple. It's part of the feeling, right? Anyway, I'll go into sales in another day, but you can't be like this guy. But anyway, this other guy comes to the dealership and promises the owner that he's going to turn this place and double the profits. Double. And how he's going to do it, right? It's not even selling the cars. He said, I'll sell the cars, but this is his deal. He's going to plasti dip stuff. He's going to make the owner bring in a huge plasti dip tank, right? So he can do hoods, rims, stuff like that to give the customers options, you know, like, and we're at a serious place here. This is like a high serious business. This isn't like some motorsport shop, you know, where they got fenders, you know, like little plastic fenders and stuff. So he makes I forgot how much the tank cost, but all in, it was thousands, 15, 20,000, maybe more, 30,000. I don't know, for a huge plastic tank, all these chemicals. I didn't do any of it. But this guy said he was licensed to do this shit and that it was going to triple the guy's profit. Anyway, I gave him the damn I gave him my office. I didn't even want to deal with the guy. I couldn't handle it. It was Juan Carlos. I gave him the big office and everything. I stayed away from I just knew this was gonna go to shit. This makes no sense. Customers coming here are not young kids. Like these are a lot of females, middle age. Somehow he talked the owner into buying this nonsense, right? And then they tried telling me I gotta talk. Then they couldn't sell the shit, right? These dips. You know, these middle-aged women and men and stuff, they don't want to dip their tires to make them pink and blue, baby blue, okay? Or put hunting patterns on them, okay? So anyway, time goes on. This thing costs some money. It put the whole business in debt. The dealership was already on the brink when I got there, and I had just brought it back. I mean, I was selling one day, I forgot how many vehicles. I think between motorcycles and vehicles, it was like, I don't want to bullshit. I was in the shower trying to think how many I sold that day, and I want to say 11. I finally had this place in the black, making a profit, paying all the debt down for the company, because you get to know everything once you're their head salesman, because the only way you're going to get a check is if the business is in the black, and you get to know the owner. You know, you get really personal with the owners of these places when you're the top salesman, because they'll bring on things they want you to try to do, you know, like certain things they want you to try to sell, certain vehicles, certain inventory they want to get rid of, blah, 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 blah. I could go on for hours. Anyway, this plasti dip business, it might have done $3,000 in sales after putting in 30-some thousand over 3 years or something like that, 2 years. It just helped. It took up space in the whole place. It was always messy. It was never clean because nobody was really there to operate it. This guy would come and go, like he was an executive or something, because in the sales world, you kind of run your own thing. Like if I'm selling, you almost got free reign. If you're making that kind of money for a business, you almost got free reign. You better be careful with the power you get, because you don't want to take it too far, but you almost get free reign. But eventually, what do you think happened? The tank was growing mold. It ran the whole business. It ran the whole place out of business. He single-handedly, that charlatan, bringing that tank in, and put the company back in the red when we had just gotten positive on the balance sheet, and tanked the whole company. And where do you think that guy went? He never came back. He took as much money as he could get out of the business. He sat there and he was stealing stuff on the side, and I don't even tell. Half of these salesmen are trying to steal. It's not my job to be a rat, and it never works anyway. You can tell on people at a dealership, they're never going to get fired. You're just going to be the one that. But anyways, within a couple years, the whole place shut down. The whole place lost everything. The owner lost everything, because good enough wasn't good enough for these guys, these owners. A lot of these owners. Just making black, finally getting positive, that nothing's ever good enough. What did he do the first day I got the company back and he started having a positive balance sheet? Went and bought a brand new $100,000 SUV, and this was, or $80,000 SUV. It was ridiculous. It had one. It was back in 2000 whatever, and it had one of the sunroof where it was the whole back, and it had it had that foot opener. And back then, this was brand new stuff, technology, and that's the first thing the owner of the dealership did was get the nicest car for himself, nicest SUV. It was like $100,000, and it's just like I knew then, get what you can. Work hard, get what you can, but you got to know that this is going downhill, you know. You can't be like that in sales, guys. You want to be a big-time salesman? It's about your personality, and it's about making friends with customers that almost like them becoming family. That's how you make sales. You make them your family, where they rely on you for everything. Oil changes, they rely on you to fix their car. They rely on you to make sure they get the best prices, and they will get the best prices when they're with you. That's how you become a salesman. You take care of their children. Make sure you get to know their kids' names. Their kids' names are more important than their names. Okay? That's another thing, you know? Not in a weird way, in a good way, you know, where the kids like you, because guess what? Kids will say, let's go see Matt at Big Texan, you know? That's how it works. When they go look for a car, people don't realize they're 6, 7, 8-year-old kids like a certain salesman. They want to go see him. It's no different than when you're going to bartending or you're in a restaurant business. In the restaurant business, the kids are the ones that want to say, the kids pull on their parents' clothes and say, let's go see Matt at the pizza place or whatever, you know? It's about making friends and turning them into family. And they really do almost become family. A lot of them have my personal cell phone number. And it kind of gets, when you're number one in sales, a lot of times customers are going to have your personal cell phone number. It's just how it is. It kind of sucks because they're calling all the time and whatever, but if you want to make good money and you're in that business, people are going to be able to contact me almost 24/7. That's just how it was, because they're family. I promised them a family experience, and I treated them like it was a family experience, and that's how I became number one in the region. So that's the answer. Not screaming and telling them you want to milk them like a cow and you're going to rip their necks out and they're weak and they're going to buy from you because they're submissive. That stuff's just crazy. It's not going to work. And that's why. But guess what? This guy's got more views than me. I hope you learned something today. I hope you got a laugh. And I'm going to end it with the funniest clip of them all here for you guys.
Close them and gross them. And let me talk to you about you stinky asses out there. Coming in a car dealership, taking a test drive, and ripping freaking ass while on a demo.
God, he's sick.
I'm tired of hearing about it.
Boy, he's sick.
And I don't want to smell your ass. All you want to do is come in there during your lunch break after you got done eating your grapes and pretzels and ripping ass, and it stinks.
I don't even know what he's talking about here.
Why do you think we want to smell your rotten ass? We don't. Women, you're the worst. You're the one that eat all that.
I've had some crazy customers.
That shit stinks when it comes out
I've
of
dealt
your
with people
ass.
that farted before, but this guy's taking this to a whole new extreme.
I'm gassy. Why don't you just admit it? You got a big old fat turd in your ass and nasty ass gas.
He's out of his damn mind.
It's stinking everything.
Don't be that guy.